And we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our 5th community call at Holland Protocol. It actually rhymes. How's everyone doing? Good, good, good. Good. Great. So how's it's been the day so far? So for the folks who are joining from Europe, from Asia, it's almost end of the day. So thank you so much for tuning in. For the people who are based in Americas, I assume you're still having your morning coffee. It's great. It's great. It's a good start of the day, right? Cool. So amazing. Let's do this. Once again, welcome everyone to our 5th community call at Talent Protocol. We run those calls every end of the month. Like, it's pretty much like to show like the updates, like things we've been working on and showcasing our amazing community that we have. So my name is Isabelle, and if you could pass the to the next slide, Francisco. Thank you so much. So my name is Isabella. You might have seen me already on Discord. I joined Talent Protocol as community lead last month. It's been ages already, so I'll also be seeing me more often during the community calls as well. And so talking business, on today's agenda, we are going to have, like I said, next slide. Thank you. So on today's agenda, Pedro will give you like more details about the private race that we just run. As well, we'll have like more updates about project and growth as well, like some cool demos and also announcements and some of like the highlights that we had like for the past, for this month, actually, this month of April. So we will be very, very happy to share with you all. Some of them, if probably you've seen us or if you've been following us on Twitter and also on a Discord server, you probably know already like pretty much what we're going to talk about, but there are also like some very like fresh announcements that you'll be handling, you'll be sharing firsthand during this community call. As usual, feel free to ask questions on the live chat at YouTube. So we'll be gladly addressing most of them like during this community call. So, but then in case there's like no time, we will also like address them during at our Discord server. And of course, as usual as well, we'll have pull-ups at the end of this call. So stay tuned. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Pedro to the virtual stage. So welcome, Pedro.
Thank you for the invite, Isabelle. Great moderation. And yeah, let's jump right into it. I think that's what people want to hear. Before that, I just want to do like a mini celebration of reaching 400 supporters on Talent Protocol. I think that's if you asked me like what 3-4 months ago, if I would have 400 supporters, I would say absolutely no. But yeah, so you can still contribute to this. There's not much tokens, PCVO tokens left, but it can still be part of my journey. I think Isabelle, if you can share, or I'll share later my public profile link, would be amazing. Now onto the news. So we have closed our winter race. In total, we have raised almost $3 million. This excludes grants and also the TVL locked in the smart contract of the private beta. It's great news, and this last round was led by by Protocol Labs. They also have protocol in the name, so I make some confusion sometimes. They have been amazing partners to us. Also, a couple of weeks ago, we had David Dias joining as an advisor, and is the head of research at Protocol Labs. So I couldn't be happier. We couldn't be happier by having them leading this round. We also had some other really interesting partners joining in, like Jump Crypto, and we've also closed market making proposal with them. So for post token launch. And a few others like TMT, States Code, Cello Started, and many others who are going to be part of this journey, this long journey. This will give us 40+ months of runway. Keep in mind, we are building for the long run. I've always said this since we started Talent Protocol, and I will always say this. I rather launch everything, the token right, than do it fast, right? Tops fast. And so we're doing it and working together with the community to make sure that we'll build right for the long run. I guess this is the main achievement. From now on, all the private raises are closed. We'll be announcing more, or we'll be communicating this to the community and public in the next few days with the help of Sara. And yeah, that's it. Back to you, Isabella.
Amazing news. Thank you so much, Pedro, for sharing. So it's been a really great moment for us. And like Pedro mentioned, we were like oversubscribed in this winter race, so we couldn't be happier with all that. And amazing. So like next up, we'll have Francisco will present like some product updates. So like Pedro mentioned, the more important for us instead of like building fast, is actually to building right, let's say. And we've been like sharing a lot of updates and also like a lot of learnings we had along the way over the month of April. So Francisco, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Isabella. Hey everyone, Francisco here. Okay, so let's jump into it. So a couple things have been going on in April. One of the things that we've been working on the most is scouting, and do this in an automated way and reward users while doing so. So we recently introduced the earn screen. So this screen is a screen that we're going to be used to showcase all the rewards that you're going to get. And we, since 3 weeks ago, I believe, we've been having recurrent referral races. We're already going on the 4th, and we've been tweaking the races as we go. We've already made some changes. The first few races were based on users that you have invited. And now, other than inviting, we also are requiring them to connect their wallets to us. So we'll still be tweaking this going forward, but we're really excited that we were able to do this in an automated way and help Talent Protocol grow and hit our very ambitious growth goals. Other than the referral race, we also have the talent referrals. So for any talent that has launched their tokens, you are able to invite someone else to launch their token. And once that person launches, that you will get another invite so that you can keep inviting more people. Other than that, we've also made some quite cool new features. So we know that communication is key in terms of the relationship between a supporter and talent. And so here, this is our demo environment, but this is already live. You are able to send a message to all your supporters through the message screen. And so we incentivize anyone to just reach out to their supporters, tell them what you're working on, what are your challenges, and just connect with them and make sure that you keep them engaged in your journey, because together you'll be able to go further. We also introduced quests. So this is something that we've been wanting to do for a while, especially because there are a lot of things that the platform currently does that happens in the background, and that before we weren't explicitly showing to users. So for instance, when you connect your wallet, you get 0.01 Cello. You also get your user NFT. When you become a supporter, so when you buy someone's token, when you add people to your watch list, you get more invites, and you can also get a member NFT. This member NFT and user NFT essentially give you access within Discord right now. And for instance, one of the things that you're able to do is to join in on our product bonfire, if you're a member, where it's essentially a call that I do every week, and I just go over the weekly work that we've done, and also we can chat about any questions that you might have. So going forward, just wanted to share with everyone our main areas of focus. So the first big one is our multi-chain goals. So we know that for the future of talent, we want to be present in a lot of chains. We started with Cello because we had a huge mission alignment with them, and everything is working great. So we want to take it one step further. And as we mentioned on the last community call and through the community, Polygon is the next one. So this adding Polygon is something that is going to happen on stages. So the first stage essentially is just allowing for a talent to launch their token either on Cello or in Polygon. It will be up to the talent where you want to launch your token. The second stage is going to be to allow anyone to, so if you have your token in Cello or in Polygon, to be able to migrate your token to the other blockchain. And the final stage will be bridging and making sure that tokens can exist fully on both blockchains. So this is a commitment that we're doing, and after Polygon, there will be others, and we'll continue to add more chains as the product moves on. A few other things that we continue to focus on is the onboarding. So a lot of our users are new to Web3, and so we want to make sure that our onboarding process is engaging and that people do come and buy people's token and launch their tokens. And so onboarding is something that is always on our minds. So we want to continue to improve onboarding. Here you can already see the designs for an upcoming feature where since we're in private beta, invites are still core to our growth. And so we want to make sure that this is as customizable as possible, and that when inviting someone to the platform, you get a welcoming message from the person that invited you. Another thing that is constantly on our mind is that Talent Protocol is for everyone. And so we want to make sure that our platform is as accessible as possible. And this impacts several different areas. But just to give a small glimpse, one of the things that we're doing is we're going to review all the colors between our dark and light modes to make sure that it's accessible and the contrast is just right. And also we'll just take a look and make sure that anyone with a screen reader or a mobile phone is able to access the platform and do everything that they need. Finally, the other area that we continue to want to improve on is the talent profile. So we've already shared in the past, and if you are in our Discord, this is not strange to you, but we've been doing research for some time now, and we've done some user research sessions. And so we are now entering the usability part, the usability testing part. You can already see here the wireframes that we'll be using to reach out to the community and do some tests. But essentially, we really want to nail down what it means to create a new profile and what it means to showcase your profile. So here you can already see a few of the experiments that we're trying out with a different timeline, with a different mood board, so that you can select which information matters the most to you. And this will know this is core, and this is why people add their profiles to Talent Protocol. So we want to make sure that every token that is launched through us, every person that joins the protocol has a profile that represents themselves in the best way possible. And that's it for now in terms of product. Make sure to join our Discord and that you join our product bonfires if you want to continue to receive these updates and have an impact in the product in real time. Thanks. Isabella, back to you.
Thank you so much, Francisco. So definitely the messaging all supporters is a game changer on the platform, and it's amazing to see how much effort we're also like putting on accessibility and also onboarding. Amazing. I do have actually, so we already have a couple of questions. We'll leave like some questions for the end of this call. However, I'd like to thank you, Francisco, once again. I would like to call Philippe. And before we start, Philippe, I do actually have a question for you from João Soares regarding the referral race. So is it, what's like the criteria to win? So actually, do we need to also like to customize our talent profile in order, you know, like to be eligible, like to win the race? So thank you so much for joining, and I'm already opening the question for you.
Hello, Isabelle, and hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Well, I'm not seeing you, but almost seeing you again. I can start by answering that question. I will touch the referral race subject to talk about kind of growth in the past month. But basically, referral race we're changed the rules recently. So when we started it, only active users could participate, and they would get points, or they will get 1 point in the race when a friend used their invite to register. So after registering the account, they got 1 point. After that, we changed the rules. So now every user can participate as long as you connected your wallet, not only active users. And active users means that you've invested in someone. So we try to make it more accessible to more people. But we changed the scoring. So now it only counts 1 point when the person that you invited connected their wallet. So not only registering with your email, but also connecting your wallet. And considering that there's still a lot of people with their profiles that aren't filled, and also considering that we just launched the quests, and the first quest is actually connecting your wallet and completing your about section. We might change the for the next race, so the scoring will count connecting your wallet and completing your about section. And yeah, one thing that it's important to say is that we're kind of tinkering with the referral races to make sure that they are fair for everyone, and that we bring the people that are interested in the platform and they are not easy to game. So that's why we update the rules kind of week by week to make sure that they are fair for everyone. Hope that answered your question. Was a long answer. Francisco, can you change for the next slide, please? Thank you. So I'm not going to talk as much as last time this time, but I'm just going to give you a few updates on kind of growth and marketing in this past month. So the good news and what we think worked really well last month is that we changed the kind of the waitlist system, meaning if you go to talentprotocol.com and you request to join the waitlist, just instead of waiting, there's also the possibility of kind of going up in that waitlist by referring other people. And we're doing that using a supplier friend of ours, Viral Loops, and that has actually brought us a lot of potential users, 30,000 potential users. That's of course was a big success in our case. Referral races, as I just mentioned, is also a success. We finished 3 races so far, and those races alone brought us 10,000 new users, and 75% of those users are actually kind of using the platform, connecting their wallets, and not just phantom users. On the downside, so we've been focusing a lot on kind of bringing new users in, bringing new people with kind of the examples that I just gave, which means not only it means this time that we're falling a little behind in terms of engagement, meaning people that signed in a few months ago are not coming back as often as we would like, and this is something that we'll focus on next month and from now on. So making sure that the people that already signed up still kind of find the platform useful and have reasons to come back. Also in April, we did see a decrease in TVL that we're actually kind of in the end of the month, we're seeing it coming back to normal numbers, but we saw it go a little bit down, meaning that people are not investing as much in talent as in previous months. We're also trying to figure out the kind of why exactly this is happening. There's possible several reasons. Of course, we've been growing fast in terms of new users. Maybe new users are coming because they've been invited and they don't know exactly what they're getting themselves into. So we need to do a better job on onboarding and explaining that. Also, on the last community call, we did announce that if we reached $600,000 invested in talent until this community call, that would be we will give a airdrop in TAL tokens to all active users this month, but unfortunately we didn't reach that goal, so no airdrop this time. Yeah, let's move on to the next slide, which is basically kind of some of the conclusions of this kind of diagnostic that we did. The first conclusion is that with kind of this growth of new users through viral loops and referral bases, we kind of understood that not all growth is the same, meaning some users are become much more engaged than others, and other users that sign up can never really engage with the platform. So what we're trying to do now is identify where those engaged users come from, so we get more of those and less of the others. Also, there's an analogy I usually use to explain this idea of the leaky funnel on point 2, which is, imagine we have a bucket of water. What are our users? And of course, we try to fill the bucket with a lot of users, so a lot of water. But if that bucket has holes in it, we can put as much water as we want, because they will eventually disappear. And our focus until now has been in filling the bucket with water, but we have a few holes. And now I think in the next month, we'll focus much more on trying to cover those holes and cover that funnel. And that's kind of working on engagement, making sure that people stay in the platform, and instead of focusing so much on just bringing new users. And that's why kind of point number 3, we'll focus a lot more on bringing the activation rate up, meaning users going from just being registered and with their wallet connected to being actual users that are buying talent tokens and are investing in talent and engaging with talent. So that's kind of our focus. How can we bring those users from one point to the other to being active users? The final point regarding growth is partnerships. Partnerships are picking up. Last community call, we announced the 2 impact market and States DAO. We're closing a lot more as we speak, and these are ones that are already in place. Premios Verdes, it's a sustainability kind of award show that happened in Miami just last week, and we did a workshop there with Aragon. There's a lot of the finalists from the award shows, the founders and a lot of innovators in the sustainability space that are joining and launching their tokens in Talent Protocol. Also, Startup Lisboa and Build Up Labs, 2 kind of startup incubators, and Protocol Labs, like Pedro mentioned, one of our closest partners. Also, we're working with them to bring more talent to the platform. And as always, if you know some community or accelerator or organization that you think could be a good fit, let us know using this link, and you'll be rewarded for helping us. But yeah, I think I'm done. Thank you. Oh no, I have the content part. Yeah, the fun part. So besides numbers, which it might get boring and I probably talk too much about them, let's just give a quick overview of the content that we published this month. We selected kind of a piece for each channel. So we did I think we wrote Oscar and Sarah put together this blog post about how to set great career goals, and it's a good guide for you to kind of to define your career goals and kind of fill the goals and roadmap section of your profile. If you haven't read it, go check it out. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've been publishing weekly kind of new episodes of our podcast, Hidden Talent. These 2 interviews are the ones that got really good feedback from listeners. So listen to one of them if you can. Also, as you can see, Pedro went on TV a few months ago, and now the interview is on YouTube. This one is in Portuguese, so not accessible to most of you, but interesting nonetheless. And on Twitter, we just highlighted a post where we announced kind of our new advisor, David Dias. But yeah, I mean, this is something we'll be doing now every month, just highlighting the most interesting content from previous month. And yeah, I hope you like it. Lastly, this was, as you know, me and Pedro, or maybe you don't know, but we were at Cello Connect a few weeks ago. So this is Cello's biggest kind of annual event, and we're invited to speak on the main stage. And this is kind of the topic we chose to speak about: social tokens for social good. If you're curious to know a little bit more about the vision and the story behind Talent Protocol, and a little bit more detail about the why we're building what we're building, check this video out on YouTube. It's just 15 minutes, so it's not very long. And yeah, I think back to you, Isabella. Yeah, now I'm done.
Thank you so much, Philip.
Thank you.
I think it's very important, like to be transparent with our community, in the sense that like there's no bad learnings, you know. So we are always like, we're testing out things. We're failing as well, but we're also like, we're failing fast, but also then we can actually succeed even faster. And I have to admit that actually, I mean, I'm very biased to say, but like the blog, the Talent Protocol blog, it's like one of my favorite blogs. So like, let's say every night, like I go there and like read 1 or 2 articles, and also, so there is like amazing content that we've been sharing over the past months. And I actually dropped some links on the comments, not on the comments, on the live chat on YouTube. So everyone, like, do check it out. So it's a good, you know, bedtime reading, but like bedtime watching. So I really recommend. So once again, thanks a million, Philippe. So we do have a couple of questions. We will also like leave for the end of this call, and then I will ask you. I will ask you to join again, Pedro, who also like gives like some final updates, like highlights, and also like some cool announcements. I know like the private raise and also like the content and product. It's been like already amazing highlights for this month, but we also like have more surprises, right, Pedro?
Yeah, we do. We call this segment Real Talk. We were having some trouble coming up with a proper name, but people who know me and people who don't, then will now get to know me. Know I'm very direct and honest in my approach. So let's get down right into it. As you know, like I usually, or if you don't know, now you know, like usually when I talk to investors, I always tell them 2 things. You know, first of all, or the investors I talked with until now, you're not investing into the founders, or you're not investing into a product. You're investing in a community that is building in public an amazing product. So we are a community first in that sense. And the second thing I tell them, yeah, even though I have the role of CEO, I look at myself more as the community representative. And how does this come to life? You know, many different things. You know, sometimes I have strong opinions, but it's just my opinion. You know, in the end, it's the community who's gonna, you know, tell what we're gonna do next. And that's why we work in seasons as well. And being community first is not only this, what I'll tell to investors, but it's also things like the quests that we launched recently, is things like the referral races, is the NFT distributions, which I'll mention in a second. I just wanted to put this in here, but also at the same time tell you what our pains are or our challenges are. So yeah, we are, I wish we had the time capsule like in Dragon Ball, and we can go in there for a day and it would be like an year or something for you. For those of you who know what Dragon Ball is, you will understand. For those of you who don't, go watch it. That's my advice as well. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, we're working hard on product, and you saw Francisco's wrap up at the beginning. We're doing a bunch of things in there, and these things were decided with the community to do it. So I wish we had more time and we could do it faster, but things don't work that way. This is my first startup, and usually We always need more time to have a better product. I'm proud of what we have achieved so far, but I wish we did have more time. So until then, we have another challenge, which is to keep the growth going and to keep the growth growing well. And that's something that Philippe already mentioned in the previous section. And that's something that we need your inputs to see how we can make this better and how we can keep growing together. So my main question, and this is weird because usually we come on these calls and it's questions from you guys to us, right? So I actually have a question for you, which is, how can you help? We are presenting all this information to you. We do like a rehearsal before this call. We prepare everything. We've come a long way from the first community calls in this year. So the question is, how can you help? We've seen what we're doing. How can you help us? And having said that, I'll give you some more information. Next slide, please. So we, as I mentioned before, we've made a season 1 NFT distribution, which unlocks access on our Discord server. We already distributed over 20K NFTs to level 1 and level 2 type of members, so users and members, sorry. And now until the end of the month, we'll distribute the rest at level 3 up to level 5. There's not much to say here, it's just that we are distributing this. It's not a done task yet. Next slide. Talent House, I think Renee is on the call, so he actually is a witness. Talent House #1 was a massive success. Just to recap, I talked to Philippe before Cello Connect, like, look, dude, we're gonna go on main stage. That's amazing. We're gonna meet a bunch of people in real life. That's super cool. But we need to, have something that connects with our vision, with our mission, super well, and do something different. And Philippe had the idea to do a talent house, which is basically bringing in a bunch of youngsters, 17-year-old, 18, 19, 20, up to 25. I think that was the maximum age. And bring them over to what we call the talent house and give them the opportunity to attend their first Web3 conference. And that's exactly what happened. We had 11 people joining. Isabelle will share the blog post with the recap. Please read the testimonials. This was amazing vibes around the talent house. So I can say without any doubt that it was a massive success. And apparently I'm not alone, because we won a grant from the Cello Foundation to do 4 more houses, starting with the one in FCC in Paris. So we'll have more news on this tomorrow. We're going to go on Cello's Twitter Spaces with talents that were on the Talent House #1 to, kind of like recap their experience, hear from them. So you don't need to trust me, you can trust them. And also there's going to be a special announcement at the end. So yeah, Talent House, I'm super pumped because of Talent House. It was just amazing. Next slide, please. All right, so as you know, like we love Cello, and that love relationship will keep going. A couple of community calls ago, we asked the community which chain should we go next in our multi-chain strategy, and Polygon was the one. There were a few others like Terra, which has some issues not being EVM compatible, for instance, and Avalanche and Near as well, but Polygon came out as a winner. So we're doing the integration. Francisco already explained in the beginning the stages approach that we have to this. We have a soft launch date for the 10th of May, but if we run into any technical issues, we'll delay it, so it's a proper launch. Many of the things we try to learn fast and learn from our mistakes, and we'll always do that. But building a startup in Web3 is very different from Web2, because many of the things that we do, we can only do it once. Like if we launch wrong on Polygon, yes, we can change it, but it's going to be super hard. If we do a token launch in a bad way, we can only do it once. So that's when I say I'd rather do it right than do it fast, is because we're building in Web3, even though it's super fast paced. But again, we're a long run project. Next slide, please. Yeah, just a quick recap on the TAL price. So I don't have much to say, but hurry up, keep investing into talent at 2 cents because the price is going to go up to 3 cents. This will happen very soon. Next slide. And yeah, I mean, this is not the last slide, but it could very well be because it's a great slide. I just want to give a core team update. So we have Isabelle. She was working as a contractor, same as Sara and same as Ruben for a while now. And even though they were already playing their roles and contributing, we extended an invite for them to join the core team, and all 3 of them have accepted. So we now have 8 people on the core team. You know me, I don't want to have a super large core team. We'll probably hire 1 or 2 more people, but the rest will be done with the extended team, contributors, bounties, all of that. We're building with the community. We don't need a large team. We actually want to have a very small core team so we can go fast, but we can also build right. Last slide. So there's a couple of surprises around the corner. I know this slide sounds a bit empty because there's not much information, but it's on purpose. So apologies for that. So because we're celebrating our first 1-year anniversary on the 1st of May, which is Workers' Day, we decided to, not only, celebrate that on the day, which is this Sunday, I believe, but also to do like a party. So all of you are invited to come to Portugal. We still don't know the location and date, but we will know that very soon. We're going to do a D night, which is a shortcut for decentralized night to celebrate this. It's going to be an amazing moment. So everyone is invited to join. Last but not least, we're going to have a world first surprise to be announced until the end of May as well. I cannot really say much about this one, but I think a lot of people are going to be surprised and they're going to love what we're going to launch here. So yeah, Isabella, back to you. If there's any questions, more than happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Pedro. I love your reference about Dragon Ball, but I would say, first off, go watch Felipe's talk at Cello Connect.
Yes.
I dropped a link on the oh my God, it's very difficult. It's not comments, it's like the live chat. And then you can watch like all the Dragon Ball seasons, which is also like very good. So amazing news. Lots of things also like to be shared as well. We are like very, very excited about Talent House. We'll be sharing. So I guess on this slide, there was actually that we will be sharing things next month, but no, we'll be sharing more news about Talent House tomorrow. So stay tuned. Yeah, lots of Dragon Ball fans on the call. So amazing. So let me go back to the questions from the community. I'm checking this right here. So the first one, it's about liquidity. So like, what's like the roadmap on that regard? And especially, Pedro, you mentioned about like TALs and listing and so on, but let's say, do we already have any idea on which exchange platform will be listing TAL and this kind of things?
Yeah, I mean, I think I can give an answer that answers a bunch of questions. In terms of the token launch, so keep in mind we just closed the private raises. Now it's time to focus on the token launch itself. In terms of liquidity, if I understood the question correctly, we have a market making partner, Jump Trading, and we're closing a partnership with GSR. So we chose to go with 2 market makers with us. Actually, GSR they met us because we were on Coinly Seed Day back in October or November last year. So they met us because of that, and now it's kind of like full circle, and those are going to be our market makers. I don't have any more specifics other than this about the liquidity than these 2 partners, because I think it's important to have 2 very different partners. We had the decision to go just with one, but we decided it was better for the community to have kind of some redundancy, even though I'm going to have more work on my side deal with the two of them, but I think it's the best thing for the community. Regarding this process of token launch, the most important thing to close is the launchpad, or Saruna is one of our advisors, and you know, our best advisor for everything token launch is we are still considering a multi launchpad as well. So that's not off the plans. So that, why am I saying it's the most important? Because that will define a lot of things. That will define the token price, or how we launch a token. Maybe we do a Dutch auction. It depends on the launchpad that we go with. They are the experts. They're gonna give us advice, not the other way. I'm not the one telling the launchpad on how to launch projects. They are the ones advising us. They also, you know, gonna give advice on KOLs and a bunch of other things, and the date of the token launch. I hope that you know, I don't want to do it too soon, because we want to be prepared, and there's a bunch of things that come into a token launch that I'm still learning as well. And thankfully we have a very good extended team that helps us with that. I would love if we could do the token launch during ETH Lisbon and do a townhouse at the same time, and kind of do like a massive in real life event to launch the token, even though it's online, but to do like an IRL thing. Why not? I mean, we're riding wave, and we're actually making our own wave. So I think that would be a beautiful thing. But yeah, until we close the launchpad, nothing is set in stone. We are in conversations with a few. CoinList is definitely one of the favorites of the community, and they know that. So let's see what happens.
Amazing, amazing. So, and just like to give more context, even though the dates are not set yet, so ETH Lisbon would be around September, correct?
Yes, it's set for September. Like, I would love if it would be then. It would be amazing.
Okay, that's good to know. I do have another question. So this one, maybe it's for you, Pedro, but also I think Francisco could jump in on that. So regarding onboarding talent and users, do you foresee any compliance issues or obligations that we would need to address?
Yeah, I can have a go at this one.
Okay.
So there's essentially three things. First of all, very good question. It shows that someone is worried about the long run. This is the type of questions that I love. Okay, so props for you. There's like essentially three things that we are doing and we are thinking. But if you have other ideas, please come forth. Thing number one. We're investing a lot in legal advisory. Okay, so not only we have legal partners in Estonia, but we also have legal advisors. Okay, and those are fundamental to help us make sure that we don't do anything that we can, we or the community can be liable in a bad way. Okay, so that's number one. So investing in legal. Number two is the tokenomics are basically they're built in a way that everyone is kept safe. There's a safekeeping mechanism. So imagine the way, because we have like a mechanic that is a staking mechanic in a way. The investment is locked in the smart contract. So imagine something happens to the talent, or they are a bad actor or something like that. We can always give back the cash to the token holders. So we always have that option. So we've built the token economics in a way that it protects the good actors. So the last thing, we look at this in a positive way as well, this question, which is how can we use KYC to give more visibility and credibility to users, kind of like the blue check mark on Twitter. So it can be a positive thing, you know, like a quest. It can be a quest, you know, in a way. So, but yeah, I think this could be a very good conversation for the office bonfire, or sorry, the product bonfire with Francisco every Monday. And I challenge people who have access to this event to let's discuss it there further, because it deserves, you know, a topic like a moment on its own.
Yes, that's great. Actually, it's just worth a reminder, the project bonfire, it's open for members. So only people who has like the NFT members who are already connected on our Discord server. If you don't know how to do it, go to the announcements. I posted it there how to do it, or just ask me so I can also like share once again. And it's amazing that also like if the community, please feel free to bring it up, you know, like content or topics that would be nice, like to do, like let's say small events or just you know, events on our Discord as well. So then we could discuss more open in that sense. We are always open like for discussion, but also would be nice to also create this time that we would share about specific topics as well. I don't see any other questions. However, in the meantime, I totally forgot to mention, you're already seeing on your screen to claim your POAP. So this link will be live until the next hour or so, until we get, you know, sold out in POAP. So please feel free to claim your POAP. And I don't see any other questions right here. However, I wanted to, and we're like almost over time, so it was actually a good timing for us. So thank you so much, Pedro, Felipe, and Francisco, for the community. We'll be back next month. In the meantime, we always can chat with us and chat also like with our amazing community through our Discord server. And feel free to connect as well to through our Twitter, also subscribing to this channel, and you know, all the jazz. We'll see again next month. Until then, please have an amazing day, enjoy your time, and let's do this, right? So bye bye.